Hi, I am Dr. Arsalan and today we are going to study the phylum Arthropoda. The word Arthropoda is derived from Greek language. It's composed of two words, the arthro and poda. Arthro means jointed and poda means legs. So the animals are members of this phylum have jointed legs. Therefore, these are called as arthropods. But this word Arthropoda must be distinguished from the word orthopedic. Orthopedic is something else. It is artho and pedic. Artho means straight and pedic is derived from the word peds. Peds means children. It reflects the importance of development of skeleton of the children. So the literal meaning of the word orthopedic, it is the straight skeleton of the children, while this word arthropoda, this is the phylum in which the members have jointed legs. The phylum Arthropoda is the largest phylum of the kingdom Animalia and has 5 to 10 million species. It bears 5 to 10 million species. Next character is that these are triploblastic. The body is composed of 3 layers. These are bilaterally symmetrical. Bodies can be divided into 2 equal halves by imaginary line. These are segmented animals and hence called metamerically segmented. Metamerically segmented means that the animals have segments of the body which are distinct or separated from each other. So these animals bear paired legs in each segment. Next is the cuticle. Cuticle is the exoskeleton, or we can say that the exoskeleton of these animals or insects is made up of cuticle. Cuticle is basically composed of chitin. So the insects or phylum Arthropoda members have chitinous exoskeleton. It bears 2 functions. First, it protects the insects from the external shocks or harms. Second, it provides muscle attachment sites. Muscle attachment sites means that the muscles of these animals are attached to the exoskeleton or chitinous exoskeleton of these insects made up of cuticle. So therefore the muscle attachment provides a sort of movement. So these animals possess different sorts of locomotion behavior. For example, walking, flying, swimming, crawling. Every type of movement is present in these animals or insects due to the presence of muscular attachment to the chitinous exoskeleton. Next is the body parts. So bodies of these insects or arthropods is divided into 3 parts. For example, this is an insect cockroach. It has head. Then there is chest cavity called thorax or thoracic cavity, and then is the abdomen. So basically the bodies of these insects is divided into 3 parts, the head, thorax and abdomen. Next is the coelom. Coelom is the free body cavity present in these animals. So these are true coelomates having body space, and this body space or coelom is filled with the fluid called heme. Therefore this body cavity is also called as hemocoel. Common examples of the phylum Arthropoda are honeybees, wasps, flies, dragonfly, scorpion, ants, cockroach, mosquitoes, beetles, locusts, centipede, millipede, grasshopper, butterflies. All these kinds of insects are included in the phylum Arthropoda. Now we will look into the body systems of the arthropods. The first is circulatory system. In case of arthropods, the circulatory system is open type. It is open circulatory system and the blood is without hemoglobin. So this is called hemolymph. Without hemoglobin, so this is colorless blood. This hemolymph is present in the body cavity of these insects, as we have stated that the hemocoel is the body cavity containing hemolymph. Next is the respiratory system. In these arthropods, various respiratory organs are present. For example, in case of aquatic arthropods like crustaceans, they have gills for respiration. In terrestrial animals, they respire through trachea. And these trachea open to the outside environment by openings on each side of the animal, and these openings are called spiracles. In some cases, for example, in case of arachnids, arachnids are those arthropods having wingless or flightless members. For example, ticks, mites, scorpions, etc. So these animals have specialized tracheal tubes or tracheal structures which lies on side by side like books in a shelf. For example, we place books in the shelf. Respiratory structures are arranged side by side parallel to each other like the books lying in a shelf. So these are called as book lungs. Next is the excretory system. In most of the insects, the excretory organs are called Malpighian tubules. In aquatic arthropods, the coxal glands are the excretory organs. These remove waste from the body. So in case of terrestrial mode of life in the insects, the excretory organs are Malpighian tubules, while in case of aquatic mode of life, they bear coxal glands which remove the waste from the body. Next is the reproductive system. Males and females are separate from each other, so sexes are separate. And there is sexual dimorphism. So the animals in which the males and females can be distinguished are differentiated from each other. These animals are called sexually dimorphic, and the phenomena is called sexual dimorphism. Di means two, morph means form, and ism means phenomena. So the phenomena in which the animals bear two forms, the male and females, both are distinct from each other and can easily be differentiated from each other on the basis of structural and morphological features and distinctions. The fertilization is internal. Next is the nervous system. In the arthropods, nervous system is well developed. They bear paired antennae on the anterior side of the mouth. Eyes are also present in these animals. Animals bear paired ganglia. These paired ganglia serve as brain. Then ganglion is present in each segment. Every segment of these arthropods contain ganglion, which is connected by the nerve cords or the nerves for the purpose of coordination and control of the body. Next is the digestive system. So these have complete digestive system in which mouth and anus both are present. As we have discussed in our previous lecture, that in some instance or in some cases the hatched young ones do not resemble their adults, and these are called as larval stages. Then these animals undergo ecdysis, molting, and certain changes to attain the shape of adult. This whole process is called metamorphosis. So metamorphosis is the set of developmental changes right from the fertilization of the ova to the larval stages to the development of the adult stage. This whole developmental procedure is called metamorphosis. There are two types of metamorphosis in these arthropods: the complete metamorphosis and incomplete metamorphosis. In case of complete metamorphosis, the eggs hatch into two larval stages. First stage is called larva. The second is called pupa, which develops into adult. So these bear two larval stages. So these two larval stages complete the metamorphosis process, and it is called complete metamorphosis. For example, in case of butterflies, they show the complete metamorphosis process. In case of incomplete metamorphosis, there is single larval stage. For example, eggs hatch into nymph, and nymph develops into the adult. So the one larval stage, the nymph, this form incomplete metamorphosis, and it is shown by cockroach. So on the basis of metamorphosis, there are three kinds of animals. The first one is the ametabola. The animals which do not show metamorphosis, for example, the sponges, the chordates, or human beings, do not show the metamorphosis process. Therefore, these are called ametabola. Then is the hemimetabola. Hemimetabola means that the animals which show incomplete metamorphosis. Then is the holometabola. Holo means complete. So holometabola means that they show complete metamorphosis. So these are the three kinds of the animals on the basis of metamorphosis: the ametabola having no metamorphosis, the hemimetabola, the incomplete metamorphosis, and the holometabola which show the complete metamorphosis. Next is the social behavior. In some arthropods, societies or colonies are formed. Animal has a colonial or social responsibility which he has to perform. For example, the ants, the honeybees, the termites, these arthropods or these animals show the social behavior, and they constitute societies and colonies. Next is the mode of life. These animals bear two modes of life. There are some arthropods which are aquatic, for example crustaceans. Others are terrestrials, for example the myriapods, centipede, or scorpion, etc. These are all terrestrial animals. Next is the larval stage. As we have discussed, that they show metamorphosis process, and their larval stages are larva, pupa, or nymph. So these have three kinds of larvae. The classification. Due to variety of animals or members in the phylum Arthropoda, these are divided into four classes. These are class Crustaceans, Insecta, Arachnida, and Myriapoda. Crustaceans, these are aquatic arthropods. For example, the prawns, the crabs, the lobsters, the Daphnia, these are all aquatic, and these are placed in the class Crustaceans. Next is the Insecta. Insecta consist of insects which have wings and are flying insects. For example, housefly, dragonfly, the wasp, butterfly, mosquito. These are all placed in the class Insecta because these insects can fly. Next is the Arachnida. These are flightless insects. The insects which cannot fly are placed in the class Arachnida. For example, scorpions, the spiders, ticks, and mites. Ticks and mites are the animal parasites. Next is the Myriapoda. These are the animals or insects having many feet or many appendages. Multiple appendages are there. For example, centipede, millipede. These insects have huge number of paired limbs. Next is the economical importance of the phylum Arthropoda, that how much these animals are beneficial or harmful to the human population. The animals are crops. So first of all, these produce important products like honey, silk, wax. These are produced by the animals of phylum Arthropoda. These are also used as source of food. For example, in some countries, they eat the locust, the crabs, the prawns, the grasshoppers. All of these animals or insects are eaten by the people, as well as the birds eat away the locust or grasshopper, etc. So these are food for the animals, birds, as well as for the human population. They have poisonous stings. Poisonous stings, for example, the scorpion, the wasp, these have poisonous stings and are harmful to the human beings. They may also transmit diseases. For example, mosquitoes. These transmit malaria, the dengue fever. These destroy wood, for example, the termites. Some arthropods also destroy the crops, for example, locust, while other arthropods destroy books, for example, silverfish. So these arthropods are destructive in nature and cause significant losses to the humans. The insects also help in pollination of flower. They transmit or transfer the pollen grains from one plant to the other plant. So they help in their production or pollination of the flowers. So this was all about the phylum Arthropoda, its general characteristics, the classification, their examples, as well as the economical importance of phylum Arthropoda. Hope you have enjoyed this lecture. Thank you.